Well, welcome to race number 25 of Season 5 NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series. Hi, I'm Levi McIntyre, aka Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Toro Loco 350 at Lime Rock Raceway Park. This is going to be an exciting 15-lap road course race. After this race, we only have one race to go until the Chase for a Championship points race has. We do have the Chase LCQ race at Talladega after the next race, which is Pocono. And then after the Chase LCQ, we will have our complete Chase field set and ready to go. And it's going to be interesting to see who's going to come out on top here in Pocono and the Chase LCQ race. But before we get into the lineup, let's take a look and see who is where in the top 20 in the standings. Sonny Hammond extends his points lead and is locked into the chase as he leads by 51 points over Chris Washer. Then we have a tie for third in points with Dorian Facepuncher and David Rivera, who are 65 points back. Fifth in points, a total of 71 points back, is Matt McIntyre. Sixth in points, a total of 75 points out, is Jesse Setti. Seventh, a total of 79 points out, and is our current pole sitter for this race, Charles Sanford. Eighth in points, a total of 80 points out, is Danny Wells. Ninth in points, a total of 81 points out, is Joshua Collard. And then 10th in points, a total of 85 points out. And the only rookie in the top 10 in points, William Duncan. The rest of the top 20 is Jessica Sheldon, Stephen Pollard III, Kendall Maynard, Jackie Tang, Alex Hawkins, Jacko Knight, Preston Plord, P.J. Williams, Chase Oliver, and a tie for 20th between Sean Galligan and Anthony McCrory. So if the wild cards were to be determined, it would be Jessica Shelton for being 11th in points and with 2 wins, and Cole Daly, who is 1 spot ahead of Seth Cole in the points with the 2 wins he has. So it's also going to be a battle to see who could get wild card spots as well. But anyways, as your starting lineups on the top of your screen, let's get this pace lap going and see who's starting where in the top 10. It's Charles Sanford, like I said, is on the pole. Second is Daniel Day. Third, William Duncan. Fourth, P.J. Williams. Fifth, Matt McIntyre. Sixth, Cody Lamas. Seventh, Cole Daly. Eighth, Danny Wells. Ninth, Preston Plord. 10th is Dylan Thoreau. As we are going to go to the TV1 camera for the race. I just had on TV2 so that way you could see some guys in the lineup. In the rear of the field is Jackie Tang and Jacko Knight. And we're going to find out who's going to get a win here and get some momentum going into Pocono. And remember, the winner of Pocono, no matter who it is locked into the chase. So it's going to be really do or die at that point when we get to that race coming up. But anyways, we're getting ready to go 15 laps of racing. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go road course racing, boys and girls. Right now, Charles Sanford has the lead, but Daniel Day hanging in tough right there underneath of him. But Sanford's going to have the edge right here, running low right in that corner, and is going to clear Daniel Day. Charles Sanford looking to get his first win since last season, and to get his first win this season and top 5 of the season. If he can do that, he might get locked into the chase via winning this race and doing well here. Let's look around. No cars have wrecked, so far on lap 1 we are good to go. But remember, with any road course race, it is no cautions whatsoever. Right now, Sanford is running pretty strong. He's only 0.3 ahead of Daniel Day at the current moment. Kendall Maynard back here in dead last, battling with Seth Cole, Jacko Knight, and many others, as they are still running pretty crazy back here in double wide fashion. And I thought I saw a 3-wide battle for a split second. I guess that was not the case. Meanwhile, Charles Sanford is actually going to have a bigger lead now here on lap 2 than what he had on lap 1. Margin, it was 3/10 last time. This time it's nearly 6/10. And it's less than 2 seconds back here to third, which is a battle going on between William Duncan and P.J. Williams. As William Duncan is in the coveted 10th position right now in the point standings. William Duncan, or actually P.J. Williams, I should say, comes into the race 18th in points. But he is, from the looks of it, 29 points out of the 10th spot. So he would have to hope for William Duncan and many others ahead of him in the points to have a bad day. And right here, it looks like Daniel Day is actually catching Charles Sanford a little bit. He actually gained 2.5 tenths that last lap. And Daniel Day, who took over for Dylan Schwanberg earlier this season, he surpassed Dylan Schwanberg in the points, although it took a little longer than I expected. But if he can win this race, that's going to be big for him, because if he can win, this will be his 3rd win of his Walmart Cup career. He won twice in a row back in Season 1 when he drove for Tommy Baldwin Racing in the 36 Golden Corral car back in the day. Oh, and we actually have a wreck that happened. Brandon Nichols has damage, and Joshua Balkin. Owen points leader Sonny Hammond was caught up in this. Sean Galligan's back here. I guess as you will see on the lower right of your screen here, what happened with that. Meanwhile, Charles Sanford actually now has nearly an 8/10 lead over Daniel Day. When we come to stripe next time, it will be 10 to go. And from the looks of it, that incident, Dylan Young actually got a piece of it. It separated a little bit of the field from what it looked like. But they haven't gone into pit road. They're still riding around trying to salvage something in order to just finish this race. Right now, Charles Sanford is the leader, but he loses 1/10.5 that last lap to Daniel Day. But that's pretty much what we're going to probably see in this race, kind of like with Watkins Glen just a couple weeks ago. We're going to be seeing some gains and some losses between the top 2 drivers in the field, which are Sanford and Day. P.J. Williams back in the 3rd spot as he somehow surpassed William Duncan, and now Duncan's under attack from Cole Daly and Danny Wells for that 4th spot. Oh, near contact between those 2. Matt McIntyre having a good run, same with Danny Wells. I'd say if they can finish this race off solid, they could probably get locked into the chase as well. But really the only guaranteed drivers that are in the chase are Sonny Hammond and Dorian Facepuncher, because Facepuncher has 3 victories, and he's high enough up in the points where he can get locked in via points going into Pocono, which is his home track, might I add. As we look around for any more potentially damaged race cars, and so far none other than just a few from that first incident. And whoa, wait a minute, 3 wide, and it looks like it's for the 6th spot with Danny Wells, Dylan Thoreau, Cody Lamas, and it gets settled out to double wide. So that was some great racing right there going on for that 6th spot, and Dylan Thoreau is going to get it. Oh, and he gets turned up the hill by Cody Lamas. That is a wild ride for Dylan Thoreau. Wow. I have never seen that here at Lime Rock. Somebody gets turned and rides up the hill and goes airborne. Oh, and Cody Lamas actually lost a ton of ground. Chris Thomas gets the guardrail. Did something else happen too? Oh, there was something else. It was with Seth Cole. And that has actually gotten those cars who were at the very back to catch up to him. And whoa, big wreck! Joshua Balkin and Seth Cole into the wall. That was not what Seth Cole needed. Definitely not what he needed. Charles Jackson's on pit road too. And it looked like all that mess started with the Dylan Thoreau and Cody Lamas incident. And there is Lamas. Said he was last scored in 27th, so yeah, he lost a ton of valuable positions on the racetrack. And it looks like as a result, we have 2 cars out of the race, Seth Cole and Charles Jackson. Right now, back up at the front, Charles Sanford still leads, but still under a second over Daniel Day. P.J. Williams in 3rd, 4th Cole Daly, 5th William Duncan, 6th David Rivera, who could get locked in via points, 7th Matt McIntyre, 8th Joshua Collard, 9th Jesse Setti, 10th Chase Oliver. That was how the top 10 looked as far as scoring last time, and from what it looks like right now. As we keep looking around to make sure nothing else is going on. And yes, officially, Jackson and Seth Cole have retired. Meanwhile, it's 6 laps to go. Charles Sanford is the leader still. Like I said, if Sanford wins this race, he can be pretty much locked into the chase because of points as well. Because he's running very, very strong right now. But as you saw earlier, right after that Dylan Thoreau incident, all the replays of what happened with that whole deal. Meanwhile, we're still looking around to make sure that there isn't anything else going on, and so far it looks pretty good. Daniel Day's keeping a pace on Charles Sanford. It's just he's not really able to catch him big time to maybe have a battle for the lead coming here. But hey, remember, we still got 1 regular season race left, and where if anybody wins, they are locked in automatically in the chase. Charles Sanford coming here, 4 laps to go here at Lime Rock. As we're still looking around and everything looks fine. And Dylan Thoreau is still going after he went airborne off that hill after that spin by Cody Lamas. And Daniel Day's actually starting to catch Charles Sanford quite a bit. He's only less than 0.6 of a second back, but then again, this has been the thing all race. It's either gain some or lose some, but nothing substantial. We're coming off of the final corner here to take 3 to go here at Lime Rock. So far, we've had quite a few incidents happen here in this race. Margin of the lead this time, 4 less than 5/10. So Daniel Day is catching Charles Sanford. He might be able to get up there for a battle for the lead here pretty quickly here soon. But then again, we'll see what happens. If Daniel Day is going to make a move or not. And so far, he's making huge strides to get to him. If Sanford does at least finish top 5, I think he'll still be locked into the chase via points, I would say. But Sanford would love to pick up his 3rd Walmart Cup Series win to have momentum going into the chase. I have to say Daniel Day has definitely had to have closed in a little bit on Sanford. Let's see how it looks now. It was less than 5/10 this time. It is a little over 3/10. So Daniel Day is definitely catching Sanford, and it's 2 laps to go. He still has plenty of time to maybe get it done. But we'll see if Sanford notices him now. Oh, Day tried to go down low, but couldn't quite get there quick enough. Sanford is probably going to end up having to do some blocking on Daniel Day. Oh, Day thought about going low once again. We're going to have to keep an eye on this, but real quick, let's look around. Everything's fine. Day tried to go low again that time, and actually he's going to lose a little bit of ground. But by how much, though, as we are coming to take the white flag here at Lime Rock. White flag is out for Charles Sanford. It was 3/10 last time, and it's still 3/10 this time. It's going to be interesting to see who is going to win. Sanford with the lead, but Daniel Day is right there. Will Daniel Day be able to make any moves here in the next couple of corners? Oh, he tried low again, but Sanford just a little bit smarter right there. This is going to be interesting to see what happens. So far, nothing else as far as incidents have happened, but Sanford might catch Brandon Nichols, but I don't think that he will. And it doesn't look like Daniel Day is going to be able to get to the win. Now here we go, coming off of the final corner, Charles Sanford gets his first win of Season 5 and the third of his career. Charles Sanford wins the Toro Loco 350 at Lime Rock. What a dominating performance by Charles Sanford. Started on the pole, held on to the lead the whole time, although had a bit of a charging challenge from Daniel Day at the end. But Day gave it everything he had, but Sanford came away with the victory. Let's take a look at the results of the race. Charles Sanford picks up his third career Walmart Cup Series win, and he gets it here at Lime Rock. So great job for the 07 team. Daniel Day tried to get that third win of his career, but I say he'll still be satisfied with that second place finish. PJ Williams gets a much needed run of third. That could put him closer to maybe getting into the top 10 if he does well at Pocono next week. Cole Daly, great job at finishing fourth. And then William Duncan, solid run in fifth. That's going to help him out in points as well. David Rivera, solid job at finishing sixth. I think he's going to be locked into the chase via points. Same with Matt McIntyre in seventh. Great job for him. Joshua Collard, great job at eighth. That's going to keep him in the top 10. Jesse Setti, solid run of ninth. That will probably keep her in the top 10. And Chase Oliver gets a much needed good run of 10th. That's going to move him closer to the top 10. Rest of the top 20, Alex Hawkins, Brandon Gonzalez, Stephen Pollard III, Preston Plord, Trent Dunham, Austin Weiner, Ian Dutta, Danny Wells, James Qualls, Mitchell Riggs. The rest of the top 30, Joshua Michaels, Rue McIntyre, Cody Lamas, James McLeod, Michael Norman, Jessica Sheldon, Dorian Facepuncher, Chris Thomas, Kendall Maynard, and Dylan Thoreau. The rest of the cars that finished on the lead lap were Kyle Matthews, Anthony McCurry, Chris Washer, Dylan Young, Jackie Tang, Jacko Knight, Sean Galligan, Sonny Hammond, Joshua Balkin, Brandon Nichols. And then the two cars that ended up retiring were Charles Jackson and Seth Cole. That does it for our coverage here at Lime Rock. We got one regular season race left and a non-points race left until the chase begins. But until we get to Pocono, here are your results, rookie points, regular points heading into that race. And this is Levi McIntyre signing off.